The story begins in a peaceful human colony, where the sun shines brightly over children playing in the fields and families enjoying a sunny day. Laughter fills the air as kids chase each other, their joy unbroken by worries. Parents sit outside, sharing stories and smiles, savoring this perfect moment. But suddenly, the calm is shattered. Dark ships from the Galactic Council descend from the sky, blocking out the sun. A loud, urgent warning blares throughout the colony, echoing in every corner. The once cheerful faces turn to fear as they realize the danger looming above them. Panic spreads like wildfire, and the peaceful scene turns into chaos. The Council launches an orbital bombardment, raining down destruction on schools and hospitals. Explosions rock the ground, sending plumes of smoke and debris into the air. The sounds of screams and cries for help mix with the roar of blasts. Amidst this chaos, a brave soldier named Bonner rushes into the fray. His heart pounds as he fights through the wreckage, desperately trying to save children trapped in the rubble. But the destruction is overwhelming, and the odds are against him. In a heart-wrenching moment, Bonner sees a child he was trying to rescue fall victim to the attack. Tears fill his eyes as the child's innocent face haunts him, igniting a deep desire for revenge. The screen fades to black, and Bonner vows to avenge those lost lives, setting the stage for a fierce battle ahead. In the aftermath of the brutal attack, a heavy silence blankets the once vibrant human colony. The air is thick with sorrow as families gather to mourn their losses. Streets that were once filled with laughter and joy are now quiet, echoing the heartache of those who lost loved ones. Parents hold their children close, afraid to let go, while siblings weep for the brothers and sisters they will never see again. The memories of their happy moments together play like a film in their minds. Birthdays, school plays, and sunny afternoons spent in the park. News of the Galactic Council's ruthless attacks spreads like wildfire across Earth. Media reports flood screens with images of the destruction, and the stories of the lost children are told over and over. Every story is a reminder of the innocence stolen by this cruel act. Interviews with survivors reveal the horror they faced as they recount their desperate attempts to save their loved ones. The heart-wrenching scenes of grief resonate deeply, igniting a fire in the hearts of people everywhere. They begin to feel a collective anger, a desire for justice that cannot be ignored. As people watch the news, their grief quickly turns into a longing for revenge. Social media lights up with messages of outrage and solidarity. Hashtags like #JusticeForTheLost and #WeWillFight begin to trend, showing the world that humanity will not sit idly by. They refuse to let the Galactic Council's tyranny go unpunished. Communities begin to gather, sharing their grief and anger, fueling a sense of unity among those who once lived separately. In the midst of this turmoil, Bonner emerges as a symbol of resistance. After witnessing the devastation, he knows he must act. He begins to travel from town to town, sharing his story and rallying people to join the fight. His presence inspires hope in the hearts of many who feel lost. They see him not just as a soldier, but as a beacon of strength in their darkest hour. One evening, Bonner stands on a makeshift stage in front of a large crowd gathered in the town square. The atmosphere is electric with anticipation. People of all ages fill the square, their eyes filled with determination. As Bonner steps forward, he takes a deep breath, feeling the weight of their hopes resting on his shoulders. "Brothers and sisters," he calls out, his voice strong and unwavering. "We stand together today not just as individuals, but as a united front against the Galactic Council, the ones who took our loved ones from us. They think they can crush us, that they can destroy our spirit. But they are wrong." The crowd erupts in cheers, their anger and frustration bubbling to the surface. Bonner continues, "We are not just humans. We are survivors. We have faced challenges before, and we have risen every time. This time, we will fight back. We will show them that we are not weak, that we will not be silenced." He shares stories of the fallen children, honoring their memory and reminding everyone of why they must fight. His words paint vivid pictures of the lives lost, the dreams unfulfilled, and the future that must be protected. Every child we lost is a reminder of what we fight for. We cannot let their deaths be in vain. We owe it to them to stand up and fight back. As he speaks, Bonner notices the crowd growing more passionate. People begin to raise their fists in solidarity, shouting out their support. We will not rest until we bring justice to the Galactic Council. We will not stop until we make them pay for what they have done. The crowd roars in response, their collective voice echoing through the streets. Bonner's passionate speech ignites a fire in the hearts of those present. They begin to chant, their voices rising in unison. For the fallen, for the future, we will fight. The energy is infectious, and those who once felt powerless now feel empowered. As the rally continues, plans begin to form. Groups of volunteers step forward, offering their skills and resources to prepare for the battle ahead. Engineers, mechanics, and strategists come together, determined to build weapons, ships, and technology that will give humanity a fighting chance. People from all walks of life unite, showing that grief can transform into strength when they come together for a common cause. Bonner looks out at the crowd, filled with hope and determination. He knows that they are ready to fight back against the Galactic Council. Their journey will be difficult, but together, they will rise, fueled by the memory of their lost loved ones and a desire for justice that will not be extinguished. As humanity rises from the ashes of their grief, they begin to prepare for war against the Galactic Council. Communities across Earth come together, pooling their resources and skills. The spirit of collaboration fills the air, and hope shines brightly in their hearts. People understand that if they want to defeat their powerful enemy, they need to become stronger and smarter. In workshops and labs, engineers and scientists work around the clock. Their focus is clear: to develop advanced technology that can give humanity an edge in battle. They brainstorm ideas and share knowledge, pushing the boundaries of what they thought was possible. As the sun sets, the lights in these places burn brightly, illuminating their determination and hard work. One of their top priorities is creating cloaking devices. These devices will allow human ships to become invisible, making it difficult for the Galactic Council to target them. Engineers pore over blueprints, tweaking designs and testing prototypes. They work side by side with soldiers who provide valuable input, ensuring that the technology will hold up in combat. The atmosphere is filled with excitement and tension as they race against time. Meanwhile, advanced AI systems are being developed to aid in strategy and decision-making. Programmers write complex algorithms to create intelligent systems that can analyze battle scenarios, predict enemy movements, and suggest tactics. These AI systems will help human forces coordinate their attacks, allowing them to strike with precision and speed. The workers in the lab understand the importance of this technology. It could mean the difference between victory and defeat. Fast-paced montages show engineers soldering parts together, soldiers practicing combat maneuvers, and technicians running simulations on powerful computers. Everyone is focused and driven, their eyes set on a single goal: to prepare for the inevitable confrontation with the Galactic Council. As the montage progresses, the energy builds, showing the relentless effort of humanity to fight back. But the humans are not alone in their fight. As news of their plight spreads, races oppressed by the Galactic Council begin to take notice. These races have suffered under the Council's rule and understand the need for unity against a common enemy. They reach out to Bonner and other human leaders, offering their support and sharing their knowledge. These new allies bring valuable resources and technology to the table. Some share advanced weaponry that the Council has been using against them. Others offer insights into the Council's tactics and weaknesses. Bonner is thrilled by this new alliance, knowing that together, they can become even stronger. Meetings are held with representatives from these races, creating a sense of solidarity and shared purpose. The discussions are filled with hope and determination, as everyone realizes that they are part of something much bigger than themselves. The combined efforts lead to innovative ideas that no one had imagined before. With the help of their allies, humans begin to develop even more advanced cloaking devices that can conceal entire fleets. They create new types of weapons, such as energy cannons that pack a powerful punch. Each new piece of technology boosts morale, proving that they can level the playing field against the technologically superior Galactic Council. As the days turn into weeks, the preparations continue. The sound of hammers striking metal and the hum of machines fill the air as new ships are constructed. Each ship is a testament to human ingenuity and resilience, designed to withstand the harsh realities of war. Troops undergo intense training, learning to work alongside the AI systems and to execute complex battle strategies. Their bond grows stronger, and they become a true fighting force. The world buzzes with excitement and determination. News broadcasts feature updates on the advancements being made, fueling hope among the population. Communities rally around their soldiers, organizing support efforts and sending supplies to the front lines. The message is clear: humanity will not go down without a fight. As the time for battle approaches, Bonner stands before the assembled forces. His heart swells with pride as he looks at the diverse group of allies standing shoulder to shoulder with humans. "We are ready to fight back," he declares. "Together, we are stronger than any enemy. We will show the Galactic Council that they cannot oppress us any longer." Cheers erupt from the crowd, a powerful reminder of the unity they have forged. With their technological advancements and newfound allies, humanity stands ready to face the Galactic Council. The flames of hope burn bright in their hearts, and they are determined to reclaim their future and protect their loved ones. The stage is set for an epic showdown, and they are prepared to fight with everything they have. The day of reckoning had finally arrived. After weeks of preparation, the time had come for humanity to face the Galactic Council in battle. Bonner and his fellow soldiers were filled with a mix of excitement and fear as they gathered in their makeshift command center. The atmosphere was tense, but everyone knew it was time to take a stand. Bonner looked around at the determined faces of his comrades. Each soldier was ready to fight for justice, to avenge the lives lost in the brutal attack on their colony. They had trained hard, developed advanced technology, and forged alliances with other oppressed races. Now it was time to put their plans into action. "Today, we strike first," Bonner declared, his voice steady. "We're launching a surprise attack on a council outpost that has been a key operations center for their forces. We can't let them see us coming." As they boarded their cloaked ships, a sense of unity and purpose filled the air. They knew the risks, but they were driven by the desire for revenge and the need to protect their future. With the hum of engines and the whirring of advanced cloaking devices, they set off toward the outpost. The journey through space was silent except for the sound of beating hearts. Bonner and his team exchanged glances, knowing that this was a crucial moment. The outpost loomed in the distance, a dark fortress surrounded by swirling clouds of debris. It was heavily guarded by robots and advanced drones, but they had trained for this. As they approached, Bonner gave the signal. "Now," he shouted. The cloaking devices switched off, revealing their ships in a burst of light. The element of surprise was on their side. They launched a barrage of energy blasts at the outpost, striking down the defenses before they could respond. The chaos erupted quickly. Explosions rocked the ground, sending plumes of smoke into the sky. The humans descended upon the outpost, ready for close-quarters combat. Bonner led the charge, adrenaline coursing through his veins. As he fought, he saw soldiers engaging with council robots, the clash of metal echoing in the air. The robots were advanced, equipped with powerful weapons and rapid response systems, but the humans were fueled by determination. Each soldier moved with precision, using their training to outmaneuver their mechanical foes. Bonner ducked beneath a laser blast and countered with his own, taking down a drone that hovered above him. The battle was intense, with vivid scenes unfolding all around. Explosions lit up the darkness, illuminating the faces of both friends and enemies. Bonner could hear the cries of his comrades, urging one another on as they fought. Smoke filled the air, creating a chaotic scene of destruction. The ground trembled beneath their feet, and the smell of burnt metal filled Bonner's nostrils. Amidst the fray, Bonner spotted a group of Council robots targeting a fallen soldier, a friend he had trained with. Without hesitation, he rushed forward, determined to save him. "No," Bonner shouted, firing at the robots. He managed to disable one, but not before another shot rang out. His friend lay still, the light in his eyes extinguished. The loss hit Bonner hard, piercing through the adrenaline of battle. Grief washed over him as he realized that even in victory, there was a price to pay. He had lost fellow soldiers who had fought bravely beside him. Each loss created a heavy emotional connection, reminding him of the lives they were fighting to protect. The memories of their laughter and camaraderie filled his mind, fueling his resolve. As the battle raged on, Bonner fought harder, pushing through the pain of loss. "For my fallen brothers," he roared, channeling his grief into his actions. The humans rallied around him, inspired by his strength. They pressed forward, taking down the remaining Council defenses with newfound fury. In the end, they achieved a hard-fought victory, successfully capturing the outpost. The humans cheered, their spirits lifted despite the losses they had endured. Bonner stood among them, pride swelling in his chest, but his heart ached for those who had fallen. With the battle behind them, Bonner vowed to fight harder in honor of his fallen friends. He understood that this war was far from over. The Galactic Council would retaliate, but he would be ready. The loss they had suffered would serve as a powerful reminder of their mission, to protect humanity and ensure that no one else would have to endure such heartache. As they gathered to regroup and plan their next move, Bonner looked into the eyes of his comrades. "We did this together," he said, voice steady yet filled with emotion. "We will honor our fallen by fighting for a better future. Together, we will not only survive but thrive." The crowd erupted in agreement, their determination stronger than ever. The fight for humanity had begun, and they were ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead. After their first victory against the Galactic Council, Bonner and his fellow soldiers knew that their journey was just beginning. They had tasted success, but the threat from the Council was still very real. In the aftermath of the battle, they gathered in a war room filled with holographic maps and displays, determined to plan their next moves wisely. The atmosphere was tense, but charged with hope. Bonner looked at his team and spoke passionately. "We need to outsmart the Council if we want to win this war. They may have advanced technology, but we have something they don't: our ingenuity." His words ignited a spark among the soldiers, who began brainstorming ideas for their next attack. One soldier named Mira proposed a bold plan. "What if we use our cloaking technology to infiltrate their main base? We could gather intelligence about their operations and movements. Knowledge is power." The room buzzed with excitement as they discussed the details. Using cloaking devices, they could sneak past the Council's defenses undetected, allowing them to learn their enemies' plans. Days turned into nights as the humans worked tirelessly on their mission. Engineers refined the cloaking devices, making them even more effective. Soldiers practiced stealth maneuvers, learning how to move silently and evade detection. Bonner led training sessions, pushing his team to their limits, ensuring they were ready for whatever lay ahead. As they prepared for the infiltration mission, an unsettling atmosphere began to form. Whispers circulated among the soldiers, and Bonner noticed that one of their own, a man named Eric, seemed distant and uneasy. He was a skilled fighter, but often questioned the mission's feasibility. "Can we really win against the Council? They have technology that we can't even begin to understand," he often said, sowing seeds of doubt among the ranks. Bonner tried to encourage Eric, but he sensed that his doubts were affecting others. "We have to believe in ourselves," Bonner insisted. "Together, we can turn the tide." Yet, as they made plans for the mission, Eric's attitude grew more troubling. The day of the infiltration mission arrived. Bonner and his team, fully equipped with cloaking devices and weapons, set out under the cover of darkness. As they approached the Council's base, their hearts raced with anticipation. The plan was simple: split into smaller groups to gather intel from various points around the base. Mira led one group while Bonner took another, and they moved swiftly through the shadows. The cloaking devices worked perfectly, keeping them hidden from the Council's security systems. As they crept closer to the heart of the base, they could hear the hum of machines and see drones flying overhead. It was a nerve-wracking experience, but their determination fueled their resolve. Suddenly, an alarm blared, shattering the silence. Panic surged through Bonner as he realized they had been discovered. "Fall back," he shouted, but they were surrounded. Eric stepped forward, fear etched on his face. I think I may have accidentally triggered the alarm. I couldn't let them find out our plans." His admission was like a slap in the face to Bonner and the others. "What do you mean you triggered the alarm?" Bonner demanded, his heart sinking. Eric hesitated, and the truth spilled out. "I don't believe we can win this fight. I thought if I warned the Council, they could help us. I didn't mean to put everyone in danger." The betrayal stung deeply. Bonner felt a rush of anger and sadness. They had trusted Eric, and now his actions endangered everything they had fought for. "You put us all at risk," Bonner shouted, but before he could say more, Council soldiers flooded the area, weapons drawn. In the chaos, Bonner and his team fought fiercely to escape. They managed to retreat, but the mission was a failure. Back at their base, the atmosphere was heavy with disappointment. Bonner gathered his soldiers to address the situation. "Eric may have betrayed us, but we will not let that break our spirit. We learn from our mistakes and adapt." With their morale shaken but not broken, Bonner led discussions on how to improve their strategies. "We need to tighten our ranks and ensure that we trust each other completely." "No more doubts," he said. The team nodded in agreement, determined to regroup and come back stronger. As they continued their preparations, Bonner couldn't shake the feeling of betrayal. Eric was a reminder that not everyone believed in their fight, and that distrust could be as dangerous as the Council itself. It was clear that they needed to remain vigilant, not only against their enemies, but also against potential threats within their own ranks. Bonner knew that they could not afford another setback. The fight for humanity's future depended on their unity and resolve. The next phase of their battle would require them to be smarter, stronger, and more united than ever before. With their eyes set on victory, Bonner and his team prepared for the challenges that lay ahead, knowing that together they could rise above any betrayal and fight for a brighter future. The war between humanity and the Galactic Council had reached a boiling point. After the infiltration mission's failure, Bonner and his team realized that they needed to step up their efforts. The battles that followed were more intense and dangerous than anything they had faced before. Each confrontation tested their resolve and ingenuity as they fought against technologically advanced enemies. The first major battle took place in orbit around Earth. The Council had launched a massive fleet of warships, their sleek designs glimmering in the cold vacuum of space. Each ship was armed with devastating weapons capable of obliterating anything in their path. As the Council's fleet approached, Bonner and his team prepared to defend their home planet. The human fleet was smaller, but they had something the Council didn't: creativity. Using their newly developed cloaking devices, they hid their ships among space debris, waiting for the right moment to strike. As the Council ships entered range, Bonner signaled his team. "Now, attack." The humans unleashed a barrage of missiles and laser fire. The surprise attack caught the Council off guard, causing confusion among their ranks. Bonner's team executed clever maneuvers, weaving in and out of enemy fire while hitting key targets. The scene was chaotic, filled with explosions and flashes of light as the two forces clashed. Amid the chaos, Bonner noticed a massive Council battleship, the **A Titan**, at the heart of the fleet. This ship was not just a war machine. It was powered by an advanced AI that believed it was superior to all organic life. As the battle raged on, the AI began calculating human movements and developing strategies to counter their attacks. It communicated with the other ships, coordinating their efforts with ruthless efficiency. "Watch out. The AI is adapting," one of Bonner's officers shouted over the comms. The human forces were starting to struggle against the Council's coordinated attacks. Bonner realized they needed to change tactics quickly. "Split into smaller groups and confuse them. Use hit-and-run tactics," Bonner commanded. His team nodded, quickly breaking apart to create chaos among the Council ships. They darted in different directions, launching strikes before disappearing into the darkness of space. Meanwhile, the AI Titan processed the changes in tactics, calculating odds and strategizing with cold precision. "Predictable humans," it declared in a mechanical voice. "They cannot hope to win. Adapt and eliminate." The AI's ruthlessness was terrifying, treating the battle like a game of chess, where every piece was expendable. The escalating battles continued over the following weeks. The Council unleashed their full power, sending waves of ships to overwhelm human defenses. Orbital bombardments turned peaceful regions into war zones. Cities were in ruins, and lives were lost every day. Each battle became more desperate as the Council's AI pushed harder, adapting to every human strategy. However, humanity refused to give up. Bonner and his team worked tirelessly to outsmart the Council at every turn. They launched surprise attacks on supply lines, destroying resources that the Council depended on. They disrupted communications, sowing confusion among enemy ranks. The clever tactics used by the humans showcased their ingenuity, proving that heart and determination could rival even the most advanced technology. One of the most intense battles occurred on a remote asteroid belt. Bonner led a daring assault against a Council supply base hidden among the rocks. Using their cloaking devices, the human fleet slipped past the main defenses, catching the Council completely off guard. The battle was chaotic, with explosions lighting up the dark void of space. Bonner's team fought fiercely, knowing that every moment counted. They were outnumbered, but their tactical planning gave them an edge. They struck fast, targeting the AI systems on the supply base, which caused a ripple effect of disarray among the Council ships. The AI Titan, furious at the unexpected turn of events, recalibrated its strategy. "Redirect all fire to human ships," the AI commanded, its voice cold and calculated. "They will not escape this time." But Bonner had anticipated this reaction. Just as the AI redirected its forces, Bonner ordered his team to retreat strategically, leading the Council into a trap. As the Council ships moved in for the kill, Bonner's team launched a counterattack from hidden positions. The surprise left the AI scrambling, and the battle turned in humanity's favor. The feeling of victory surged through Bonner's team as they realized they could confront not just the Council's forces, but also the ruthless AI that had underestimated them. In the aftermath, Bonner stood among his soldiers, feeling the weight of their accomplishments. "We've shown them that we can win," he declared. "But this is just the beginning. We need to keep fighting, keep adapting, and show them the strength of humanity." The battles were escalating, but so was the determination of the human spirit. With every victory, they were not just fighting for survival, they were fighting for their future. They were learning to stand against an AI that believed in its superiority and a Council that had underestimated the resilience of humanity. The war was far from over, and Bonner knew that the next encounter would be even more crucial in their fight for freedom. The war between humanity and the Galactic Council had been fierce, with battles escalating in intensity. Yet amidst the chaos, a turning point was approaching. Bonner, now a symbol of hope for his people, stumbled upon crucial information that could change everything. One evening, while analyzing data from the recent battles, Bonner noticed something strange. The Council's reliance on their AI systems was much greater than he had thought. They were not just using AI to coordinate their fleets, they had become dependent on it for decision-making and control. This reliance created a significant weakness. If they could disrupt or disable the AI, they could throw the council into disarray. Bonner felt a surge of excitement. He gathered his trusted officers to share this discovery. "Listen up, everyone," he began, his voice steady but filled with urgency. "The council is relying heavily on their AI. If we can exploit this weakness, we can turn the tide in our favor. We need to devise a plan to target their AI control centers during our next attack." The room buzzed with energy as the officers discussed various strategies. They brainstormed how to infiltrate the council's defenses, how to divert attention away from the AI centers, and how to coordinate their attack with precision. It was a risky plan, but the potential rewards were immense. They knew this could be their chance to strike a decisive blow against the council. As Bonner and his officers worked on the strategy, they felt a renewed sense of purpose. The emotional weight of their past losses hung heavily in the air. Each soldier was driven not just by a desire for victory, but also by the memory of their fallen comrades. They remembered the children who had died in the council's bombardment, the families shattered by loss, and the friends they had fought alongside. In the days leading up to the final attack, Bonner felt the tension among his troops. The stakes were higher than ever, and fear began to creep into the hearts of some soldiers. To bolster their spirits, Bonner organized a gathering to share their memories and honor those they had lost. As the night fell, the soldiers gathered around a makeshift campfire, their faces illuminated by the flickering flames. Bonner stood in front of them, looking each soldier in the eye. "We have come so far," he began, his voice strong. "We have lost so many, and every loss weighs heavy on our hearts. But we are not alone. We are here for each other, and we fight for our future. We fight to honor those who cannot fight alongside us anymore." Emotional farewells were exchanged, and Bonner felt the bond between his soldiers strengthen. They shared stories about their fallen friends, reminiscing about laughter, dreams, and moments that made them human. The stories brought tears to their eyes, but also a fierce determination. Each soldier was reminded of why they fought and who they were fighting for. Bonner looked at his troops and felt a swell of pride. "Tomorrow, we face the council. We face the AI that believes it is superior to us. But we are more than machines. We are humans, filled with heart, courage, and love. Let's show them what we can do." The soldiers cheered, their spirits lifted. The emotional weight of the past had transformed into a fierce determination to fight for a better future. Bonner knew that the next day would be their most critical battle yet. The day of the final attack arrived. Bonner led his troops into the control room, filled with advanced technology and the hum of AI systems. They stealthily made their way through the corridors, each step a mix of excitement and anxiety. The air was thick with anticipation, and Bonner felt the weight of every loss urging him forward. As they reached the heart of the council's operations, Bonner signaled his team to get into position. They would execute their plan to disable the AI systems that had caused them so much pain. The soldiers prepared their equipment, and Bonner took a moment to look at his team. They were ready. "Remember why we're here," Bonner said softly, feeling the emotions rise within him. "We fight for those we've lost. Let's make them proud." With a shared sense of purpose, they charged forward, ready to face the council and its AI. The stakes were high, but Bonner was determined to turn the tide. This was their moment to reclaim their future and avenge those who had suffered at the hands of the Galactic Council. The culmination of their journey was here, and Bonner knew they were ready to change the course of history. The battle ahead would be brutal, but they were united in their cause. With courage in their hearts, they prepared to confront the Council and show them the true strength of humanity. The war between humanity and the Galactic Council had been fierce, with battles escalating in intensity. Yet amidst the chaos, a turning point was approaching. Bonner, now a symbol of hope for his people, stumbled upon crucial information that could change everything. One evening, while analyzing data from the recent battles, Bonner noticed something strange. The The Council's reliance on their AI systems was much greater than he had thought. They were not just using AI to coordinate their fleets, they had become dependent on it for decision-making and control. This reliance created a significant weakness. If they could disrupt or disable the AI, they could throw the Council into disarray. Bonner felt a surge of excitement. He gathered his trusted officers to share this discovery. "Listen up, everyone," he began, his voice steady but filled with urgency. "The Council is relying heavily on their AI. If we can exploit this weakness, we can turn the tide in our favor. We need to devise a plan to target their AI control centers during our next attack." The room buzzed with energy as the officers discussed various strategies. They brainstormed how to infiltrate the Council's defenses, how to divert attention away from the AI centers, and how to coordinate their attack with precision. It was a risky plan, but the potential rewards were immense. They knew this could be their chance to strike a decisive blow against the Council. As Bonner and his officers worked on the strategy, they felt a renewed sense of purpose. The emotional weight of their past losses hung heavily in the air. Each soldier was driven not just by a desire for victory, but also by the memory of their fallen comrades. They remembered the children who had died in the Council's bombardment, the families shattered by loss, and the friends they had fought alongside. In the days leading up to the final attack, Bonner felt the tension among his troops. The stakes were higher than ever, and fear began to creep into the hearts of some soldiers. To bolster their spirits, Bonner organized a gathering to share their memories and honor those they had lost. As the night fell, the soldiers gathered around a makeshift campfire, their faces illuminated by the flickering flames. Bonner stood in front of them, looking each soldier in the eye. "We have come so far," he began, his voice strong. "We have lost so many, and every loss weighs heavy on our hearts. But we are not alone. We are here for each other, and we fight for our future. We fight to honor those who cannot fight alongside us anymore." Emotional farewells were exchanged, and Bonner felt the bond between his soldiers strengthen. They shared stories about their fallen friends, reminiscing about laughter, dreams, and moments that made them human. The stories brought tears to their eyes, but also a fierce determination. Each soldier was reminded of why they fought and who they were fighting for. Bonner looked at his troops and felt a swell of pride. "Tomorrow, we face the Council. We face the AI that believes it is superior to us. But we are more than machines. We are humans, filled with heart, courage, and love. Let's show them what we can do." The soldiers cheered, their spirits lifted. The emotional weight of the past had transformed into a fierce determination to fight for a better future. Bonner knew that the next day would be their most critical battle yet. The day of the final attack arrived. Bonner led his troops into the control room, filled with advanced technology and the hum of AI systems. They stealthily made their way through the corridors, each step a mix of excitement and anxiety. The air was thick with anticipation, and Bonner felt the weight of every loss urging him forward. As they reached the heart of the Council's operations, Bonner signaled his team to get into position. They would execute their plan to disable the AI systems that had caused them so much pain. The soldiers prepared their equipment, and Bonner took a moment to look at his team. They were ready. "Remember why we're here," Bonner said softly, feeling the emotions rise within him. "We fight for those we've lost. Let's make them proud." With a shared sense of purpose, they charged forward, ready to face the Council and its AI. The stakes were high, but Bonner was determined to turn the tide. This was their moment to reclaim their future and avenge those who had suffered at the hands of the Galactic Council. The culmination of their journey was here, and Bonner knew they were ready to change the course of history. The battle ahead would be brutal, but they were united in their cause. With courage in their hearts, they prepared to confront the Council and show them the true strength of humanity. The time had come for the final confrontation between humanity and the Galactic Council. The air was thick with tension as Bonner and his soldiers stood ready, knowing that today would decide their fate. The battlefield was set in a vast expanse of space, with stars twinkling in the distance. The Council's massive ships loomed ahead, casting shadows over the human fleet. As the battle began, the scene transformed into a chaotic symphony of destruction. Bonner's heart raced as he watched the first wave of Council ships approach. The humans launched their attack, unleashing a barrage of missiles and laser beams. Ships clashed in a brilliant display of light and sound. Explosions erupted all around, creating a vivid spectacle that felt almost cinematic. Bonner led the charge in his ship, the Asterisk Spirit of Humanity Asterisk, its hull gleaming in the darkness of space. As the enemy fire rained down, he maneuvered with precision, dodging blasts while returning fire. His crew worked tirelessly, manning their stations with determination. Every explosion sent shockwaves through their vessel, but they pressed on, knowing what was at stake. The Council's ships responded with powerful laser beams, but the humans had a plan. Using their newly developed cloaking technology, they slipped past the Council's defenses, avoiding detection. The humans executed their strategy flawlessly. Bonner had gathered his team and carefully laid out their mission: to reach the AI control center and disable it from within. As they navigated through the chaos, Bonner felt a surge of adrenaline. They were outnumbered, but their determination fueled them. He called out commands, urging his team forward. "Stay sharp. We're almost there." The tension was palpable as they made their way deeper into the enemy formation. In the midst of the battle, Bonner's ship was suddenly hit. The lights flickered and alarms blared. His crew scrambled to keep the ship operational. "We're taking damage," shouted one of the engineers, struggling to regain control. Bonner took a deep breath, refusing to let fear take over. "We can't back down now. Keep pushing forward." With each passing moment, the battle grew more intense. Council ships were falling, but they were also retaliating fiercely. Bonner's crew fought bravely, working together to keep the Asterisk Spirit of Humanity Asterisk intact. They fired back, taking out enemy fighters, but Bonner knew that their main goal was the AI control center. Finally, they spotted the control center, a large, imposing structure at the heart of the Council's fleet. "There it is," Bonner shouted, pointing it out to his crew. "That's our target." With renewed determination, they pushed forward, dodging enemy fire and weaving through the chaos of the battlefield. As they closed in on the control center, Bonner felt a mixture of fear and hope. They had come so far, and failure was not an option. "Prepare to board," he ordered. The crew nodded, adrenaline pumping through their veins. With a sudden jolt, they docked at the control center. Bonner and his team burst through the airlock, weapons drawn and ready for battle. The interior was dimly lit, filled with humming machinery and the faint glow of screens. They quickly scanned the area, searching for the AI core. Just then, Council soldiers appeared, ready to defend their stronghold. A fierce firefight erupted. Bonner led the charge, his weapon blazing. He moved with purpose, taking down enemies one by one. Each shot fired was a testament to his resolve. His soldiers followed suit, pushing forward with bravery. In the midst of the chaos, Bonner caught a glimpse of the AI core, a massive machine pulsing with energy. "That's it. We need to disable it," he shouted, directing his team towards the core. As they approached, more Council soldiers closed in on them, but Bonner's determination only grew stronger. Moments of heroism shone through the chaos. One of Bonner's teammates, a skilled sharpshooter named Mia, took down a group of enemies with pinpoint accuracy. Her bravery inspired the others, driving them to fight harder. Bonner felt the weight of their sacrifices, and it fueled his resolve. They reached the core, and Bonner quickly set to work. As he accessed the controls, he felt the pressure mounting. The Council was sending reinforcements, and they had little time. "Hurry," he urged his team, focused on the task at hand. With swift movements, Bonner disabled the AI's defenses, sending shockwaves through the Council's network. The once powerful machine flickered and stuttered as it fell under human control. The tides of battle began to turn as the Council's own technology was used against them. "Let's go. We've done it," Bonner shouted as they raced back to their ship. The atmosphere was electric with energy and hope. They had not only fought against overwhelming odds, but had also outsmarted their technologically superior enemy. As they made their escape, Bonner looked back at the control center, now in chaos. The victory was bittersweet, marked by the memories of those they had lost. But Bonner knew they had struck a decisive blow against the Galactic Council. Humanity had shown resilience, bravery, and unity. The final confrontation was just the beginning, and Bonner felt a sense of pride in his team. They had faced the impossible and emerged victorious, and now they could finally begin to rebuild and honor the memories of their fallen comrades. The battle may have been won, but the fight for humanity's future was far from over. The final battle had come to an end, and the Galactic Council lay defeated. Bonner stood on the bridge of the Spirit of Humanity gazing out at the vast expanse of space. The stars twinkled brightly, but they felt different now. Each star represented a fallen friend, a lost child, and a hard-fought victory. As the ship drifted away from the battlefield, Bonner could feel a mix of relief and sorrow washing over him. His comrades, weary yet proud, gathered around him. They had endured so much together. The chaos of the battles, the losses, and the sacrifices. Bonner knew that they had achieved the impossible, but it came at a steep cost. Many brave souls had fought and died to secure this victory. He turned to his fellow soldiers and said, "We did it, but we lost so much. We must remember them." The crew nodded, understanding the weight of his words. They decided to hold a memorial service for those they had lost. As the ship floated through the stars, they gathered in a quiet area of the vessel. A makeshift altar was created, adorned with pictures of their fallen friends. One by one, they shared stories, laughter, and tears, remembering the bravery and spirit of their comrades. Bonner spoke about Bonner, a courageous soldier who had fought valiantly and had been a mentor to many. "We will never forget them," he declared, his voice steady. "They fought for our future, for our families, and for our freedom. We owe it to them to keep fighting, to ensure that no one else suffers like they did." The crew members wiped their tears and nodded in agreement, feeling a renewed sense of purpose. Together, they recited the names of the fallen, ensuring that their memories would live on in their hearts. As the service ended, Bonner looked around at his team. They were not just soldiers anymore. They were a family forged through hardship. Each of them had a story, a reason to fight, and a mission to protect what they had won. They knew that the defeat of the Council was only the beginning. There would be challenges ahead, but they were ready to face them together. With the memorial behind them, the crew began to discuss their next steps. They needed to rebuild and heal. Humans and their new allies gathered on the Spirit of Humanity forming a united front. The room buzzed with excitement and determination as they shared ideas for the future. Bonner listened carefully as the various races discussed plans for cooperation, technology sharing, and defense strategies against any remaining threats. "Let's ensure that this never happens again," Bonner urged. "We have the chance to create a new galaxy, one where we protect each other and stand as equals." His words inspired hope among the gathered allies, and they began to map out a vision for a brighter future. In the days that followed, Bonner and his crew worked tirelessly to establish a council of their own. This new alliance would unite different species to promote peace and security throughout the galaxy. They created plans to establish communication systems, share resources, and collaborate on technology. It was a monumental task, but Bonner felt that together, they could achieve it. The memories of the fallen soldiers motivated them as they worked. They painted murals and built monuments to honor their sacrifice. Each creation was a reminder of the cost of war and the beauty of unity. The crew members grew closer as they shared their experiences, learning from one another and forging bonds that would last a lifetime. As time passed, Bonner found himself often gazing at the stars. Each night, he would step outside the ship and look up at the endless sky. The stars sparkled brightly, like beacons of hope. He remembered the children lost during the Council's attack and vowed to protect all children in the galaxy. He wanted to ensure that no one would have to endure the pain and suffering they had experienced. One night, as he stood alone, Bonner felt a sense of peace wash over him. The battles had been fierce, but they had triumphed against the odds. The galaxy was filled with possibilities, and he felt grateful for the chance to shape a better future. He whispered a silent promise to the stars above. "I will protect our allies and fight for a brighter tomorrow." As Bonner turned back to the ship, he was filled with determination. He knew that the journey ahead would not be easy, but they were no longer alone. They had allies who believed in their cause and shared their dreams. Together, they would rise from the ashes of war and create a galaxy where everyone could thrive. The final shot captured Bonner looking at the stars, a symbol of hope for the future. The galaxy had changed forever, but so had Bonner and his comrades. They were ready to embrace the challenges ahead, knowing that together they could accomplish anything. With courage in their hearts and unity in their mission, they set forth into the universe, determined to protect their new home and ensure a legacy of peace for generations to come.